All right. Hi, guys. This is Module 16, Discussion 7, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this essential question. The question was, how would you apply data and data analysis to ensure your continuous improvement plan is focused on closing gaps? So just a little background about myself. So I teach first and second grade at St. George Elementary, and we do use several different tools to help us with data and collecting it. So we do Ames Web for reading and math. We also utilize Star Reader and Star Math. We give assessments trimesterally to our students to see if they're meeting the standards in Common Core. And then we also use those assessments to help us out with our groupings of students, as we will put kids who have met or who are higher in the class. They'll be working with students who can work at a faster pace, and those who need to go at a slower pace will be in the class together. So I do like Ames Web. Our district has also looked at FastBridge as well. That has a social emotional piece to it that kids can begin to assess themselves in third grade. So I think a couple things that I would do to really focus on this data, sorry, I'm looking at my notes here, is to include professional development for administering the test. Currently, some of the staff give the test right now, but I think if everyone was trained, it would help us out with understanding what all goes on behind the scenes. Also giving time to look over the data extensively. It's not really dedicated within the district right now. Taking the data and then creating tier time is something I like to see us do as well. We currently will look at our data, and we don't really do a whole lot with the MTSS process. I'd like to analyze the data deeper using socioeconomic status and ESL learners, also looking at the teachers and the number of years they've been teaching, allowing more time for vertical teaming, and then also establishing norms for meetings. I feel like we'll waste a lot of time sitting to look at data and then not end up actually doing anything with it. So establishing norms so we'll be more efficient within our meetings. So those are a couple of the ideas I had. So you guys have any questions you want to ask me?
What's your current schedule look like? What classes?
Okay, so we currently are in reading, and we're in reading for an extensive period of time, like hour and a half in the morning, and then an hour of math in the morning. We'll do theme time, like social studies and science in the afternoon for 45 minutes. And then we have a second math time. And it's a decent schedule. I'd like to see it get rearranged just a little bit so our theme time falls more at the end of the day, and kind of change the second math to a tier time.
Okay, because you mentioned giving more PD time. Would that be during collaboration days or half days, if you guys have those?
Yeah, I think some collaboration during PD days would be good. Even if it's half a day, I think would be helpful.
So what does your MTSS time look like now? Do you have an intervention time specifically?
We don't have an intervention time specifically, actually. We take our Ames Web data and we'll progress monitor the students that it flags that need progress monitored. But other than that, we don't do a whole lot. We'll meet once a month to bring kids to MTSS to discuss strategies for helping them. I think the next part is me asking for some help from you guys. So, yeah, I guess just the tier time specifically, I think is an area we need to grow in a lot. And so I was curious what tier time looked like for you guys.
At our school, we have a specific time at 2:30 where K-5 shuts down, and we have our tier 2 and tier 3 students stay with the teacher and or the para, and they provide specific interventions for what they need. And then the tier 1 kiddos go, and advanced kids go to a tier 1 teacher, and they are enriched based on collaboration between the classroom teacher and that tier 1 teacher. And so everybody's getting what they need.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely not there yet. Like, we have a lot to refine in our process, but it's been helpful to have those extra bodies, because as a former kindergarten teacher, like, trying to intervene and have intentional time with a small group, some kids are needy.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to get that time, but it's really worked well with us. The year before, we did K2 intervention time in 3-5, and that made it really difficult. But we've had better experience with just the
Okay.
And we're at the high school level, and so we don't really have. I mean, most of the time that our students can get to work, so we pull in kids for sit team meetings before school, and rarely. I mean, they get targeted during seminars, but that's really about it. We don't have a set time. I feel like, you know, throughout this class that we definitely lack in what everything we've been talking about throughout these modules, as far as helping the students, you know, kind of setting them aside, because all we really do is just kind of have an intervention with them and then kind of expect them to pick up the slack.
Cool. Yeah, I think if we can shift our schedule around just a little bit and have tier time look a little bit more, maybe like what you're describing, Laura, I think that could be helpful to us taking that next step forward and utilizing our data better. So, but I think that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for your suggestions, and excited to see what you guys have to share next.